Alright, you guys, so it is Sunday night, Monday morning. It's about 2:30 in the morning. I came out here around 9 o'clock again last night to do a little bit more work after I got the timing cover back. I don't even know if I recorded that. So anyways, I got the timing chain all timed up, right? Shoot, well, can't really see it now, but anyways, I got the timing chain all in there, timed up. You know, got the silicone on the timing cover, and I didn't show any of this because I was running out of battery. My headlamp had just went out, so I was using my flashlight on my phone real quick just to get that done. But got all the bolts back in, torqued down, got that power steering pump back into place, got those bolts torqued down. This is the AC compressor, got that back in place, torqued down. I just got the alternator back in place and getting this bottom bolt on the pulley. It's right there on the pulley, getting that secured down. Already got the tensioner in there, and if you can see it, I got the tensioner and the water pump in there. I've already done the spark plugs, gotten the valve covers back on, everything's torqued down. Got this water inlet back on there. There's your water pump. The sensors are back into place except for the one that's right there. That is on the harness because the clip really just did not want to come out, so I just said screw it, I'm gonna take the whole sensor out. So that'll just snap back in there. The only issue that I'm gonna really have before I could fully tidy this up is this connector right here. It got caught on the timing chain sprocket as I was like turning the motor over, and it just completely shredded the connectors. So luckily the connector did not fall in the motor or nothing like that. It's just right here. Yeah, all it did is like the connector got stuck on the inside of the chain, and then the chain actually like just grabbed it from right here and just ripped it in half. So yep, so I'm gonna go to the junkyard, find another one of these connectors, cut it off, and I will splice it in right there. No biggie. Other than that, yeah, I mean, once I get this alternator in place, then I can get the engine torque mount. It pretty much bolts up right that bolt, and there's another bolt right there. You can see it, bolt hole. I don't see it. I'm gonna have to look for it. Hold on. Yeah, it's right there. So the big guy right here and right there, if I can point to it, is somewhere over here. Anyways, mount that guy back up. I need to connect these sensors and stuff down here first. And the good thing is, I think this sensor that cut, it goes to this sensor, so not too big of a deal. But yeah, get the torque mount back in, and then get the once I need to fully mount the alternator, just 2 bolts, mount that up, get the hose back on there. Like I said, the torque mount. Then the fuse box tray can be put down. The fuse box can be put back in and connected. Do all the connectors for the coil packs. I already put the spark plugs and coil packs back in. Need to put the connectors on there. Then from there, it's putting on the intake plenum and making sure the harness is laying where it was supposed to be laying. I don't know if I'm gonna remember where all the clips, like all these little guys, like the little tabs, I don't remember where all those went, but nonetheless, as long as everything's connected, I'll be happy with it. So alright, so real quick, future me speaking to past you, maybe, I'm not sure, maybe future you, in the past, future, who knows. Either way, keep in mind, this is the first time I've really made a video trying to fully entail what I'm doing as far as these repairs, and so I'm not fully equipped with all the recording equipment, memory, things like that would really help to document everything. You know, I was just kind of pulling out my phone, kind of just like a shoot and update thing. Half the time my phone was dead, and the other half of the time I was working at night, tired as heck, just wanted to get it done. So I'm just be honest with you. If I do another timing chain in the future, which these Traverses, Equinox, Buick Enclaves, you know, GMC Acadias, they're a dime a dozen with timing chains that need to be done. So there's a very, very good possibility that I could pick up another one. possibly do the same repair, because I'm in this to start flipping cars. You know, that's the journey I'm starting. This is my first, I want to say first official documented flip. You know, I purchased the car for a certain price, put a little money into it, and as of this moment, the car is already sold. So as you're seeing this video, the car has already been sold, and we did make a little bit of profit off of it, which is cool. I'm not going to do the breakdown for the profit for this vehicle just because it's a little all over the place. There's a lot going on. Yeah, but the next vehicle, I'm going to try to do a better job of documenting the whole process of picking up the vehicle, what needs to be done, everything I'm doing for it. And I'm learning how to use this recording software. I'm learning how to use this editing software to actually edit down the videos and give you guys such a better, solid video of what I'm doing. So I do apologize if you're here to see the details on how it all, you know, how exactly it went back together and everything. I did my best, but I was so exhausted on a time crunch and just trying to get it put back together in between, you know, family and everything. So I appreciate y'all who keep coming back to watching the videos. And there's going to be more stuff in the future. Y'all already know I've said it before. The GTO is going to have some stuff done. I really want to get that Chevy Cruze done. I haven't done anything with it yet. And the Nissan Maxima, I have some plans for it. I have some plans, some repairs I want to do to it before I decide to sell it. So, and I already have a buyer for it. So I kind of want to fix it up for that buyer and give them a decent car. So, with that being said, y'all, get back to the video. She's almost done. I'm actually surprised I got this far because I was feeling pretty hopeless for a little while. Like this felt like an almost impossible job, I'm gonna be honest with you. So, but yeah, that's the update for the night. I'm about to put all this away. Got to take a shower, and I'm doing an Amazon deliveries in about an hour. And I'll come home and sleep all day. So, peace out, y'all. See y'all later. Oh boy. Turn this around. What's going on, y'all? It's another beautiful day. I didn't pick the camera up to film that much, but we did finish the Traverse. The Traverse has a new timing chain, all its components, but there was one little boo-boo that happened, so I'm gonna pop the hood to show y'all, and this will not complete the Traverse series, but at least complete this timing chain series on this. And to be completely honest with y'all, oh, you gotta be kidding me, did I really lock the keys in here? I don't think the keys are locked in here, but I forgot that I locked the car, so I'm gonna have to go get the keys. God dang it. Okay, let me cut. We're back with the keys. Alright, I'm back with the keys. Pop the hood. There's still things I need to put back together in here. These are old, like, wrappers and stuff from the parts I got. Need to put that part back on. Need to put this, let me show y'all. These are the trim pieces, and I need to put this back together because we tore this open to see if we could pop this dent out from the inside. It turns out that there's an inner shell, and that wasn't damaged, so you can't get to this. So you can see through here, there's an inner wall that didn't get damaged. So anyways, we'll get to that later. That's gonna be the next thing to probably get fixed. So let us pop the hood. It's kind of hard to get to sometimes. Ugh. Alright. Okay. Hood is popped. No, it's not popped properly because the strut has no gas in it. So yeah, anyways. So there is a sensor First of all, everything's back together. Everything's back the other way it should be. I was able to crank the engine over and start it for a second. Everything sounded really smooth. The only problem is, on one of these harnesses, it's this harness down in here. There's a connector for the variable valve timing solenoid that broke off due to when I was rotating the engine over. I had accidentally allowed the connector to slip in between. Alright, sorry for the weird cut. Anyways, so I have the reservoir pulled out the way. Then I took out the bolt that's holding the AC line so I can move out the way. And then you have to undo the bolts that hold this oil, power steering fluid. Take out those bolts and move that out the way. And then, I don't know if you can see let me try to zoom in real quick. But the connector that's broken is, where'd it go? Okay, so yeah. So you see that little connection right there? Those are the wires, and that's the sensor. So yeah, what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to clean this up so that I can actually get to the wires and splice them in. And then once I do that, I can what I'm gonna try to do to get this connector, try to snake this connector in there and just plug it in real quick and then pull the wires through the top of this hole so I can just test it out, you know, all that good stuff. So let's see what happens. All right, y'all, so I figured out the issue. I'm the one who messed up. It wasn't that sensor connector. I mean, yes, I needed to replace that, but what it was I forgot to hook back in the fuel. This right here is the fuel line going in, and I completely forgot to attach it. Crazy, right? So I have everything kind of temporarily hooked up just to make sure it's running. So let me go start it for y'all right quick. Let me get into the passenger side because there's no space over there. And get the key wherever I put it, right here. All right. Sorry, I know I'm laughing now. All right, so let's put the key in. We got lights. Yeah, it's idling great. I don't have any, I need to put coolant in there. Idling all kinds of funky. Oh, I think that was just because of the high pressure. And that's just burning off from the power steering fluid coming off. Uh-oh. Misfiring real bad. Uh-oh. Yeah, all that stuff's gonna take a while to burn off. I need to see what's going on with this misfire. It's like she sounds good otherwise. Do I have a check engine light? No. She's idling like poo-poo caca. Let me turn off this AC. I forgot how. Idle's bouncing around. The crazy part is I don't have a check engine. But it's probably just because everything isn't hooked back up all the way again. So let me turn her off. Let me get her sorted out. Cause yeah, she's a... Yeah, I mean... all this, like I said, all this is gonna take a while to burn off, so don't be alarmed by the smoke. It smells like power steering fluid too. So let me take all this stuff apart yeah, like I said again, I'm not getting any codes. Let me take all this apart and I'll finish putting it back together probably later. I gotta go get these kids right now, but yeah. The Traverse series continues, I guess. Fun times, fun times. But let me turn it off. The other thing I noticed too, my fuel gauge started working out of nowhere. Oh, let me hit the gas real quick to see what it sounds like. Sounds like it might have like a vacuum leak or something. Nonetheless, she's running. She sounds good. Engine timing chain sounds good. Probably needs a good engine flush. Maybe a top off on the all the other stuff. So yeah, what's going on, y'all? We're back at it again with another one. Working on the Chevy still. So I did the timing chain. Hopefully, I know I just put out the part 1 of the video. Hopefully you'll see part 2 or 3 or however many parts there's gonna be soon. But we're back working on it because I didn't have the money to replace a couple of things. I needed the valve cover gaskets, spark plugs, and a torque mount. I actually have most of those parts are inside actually. So here we are. Okay, we've already got shoot, you can't really see. I'll get a light in a minute here, but I've already got the intake manifold pulled back out. Let me step out of the light. Intake manifold is pulled back out. This actually only took me a few minutes to do, not too shabby. So I already have access to the spark plugs, which I bought new spark plugs to replace. So I'm gonna need new spark plugs. I'm doing the valve cover gaskets and oil change, which I've already drained the oil. Can't really see the oil pans down there. I've already drained the oil, and I'm gonna do this. There's a mount right here that when I get the light, I will show you guys better. But that mount, I think I called it like an engine mount, but it's a torque mount. It's completely ripped in half. The bushing is just completely gone. So I got all that stuff ordered. It's in, and I was gonna pay somebody else to do this stuff because I did not feel like getting back into this engine. But here we are, getting back into the engine because I don't feel like paying somebody $380 to do what I could do for free. So, whoop-de-woo. Once I get the light, so I noticed it was leaking from somewhere, and I thought it was the valve covers, so I'm sure the valve covers need to be done anyways. But if it turns out I'm missing a bolt on the valve cover, I think the oil was kind of seeping through that one bolt hole. So I need to find that bolt, or I need to go to the parts store and get another one. So yeah, that'll be fun. But I'll check back in with y'all in a minute. Right now I'm gonna try to do my best to get the power steering reservoir out. Well, I need to get this stuff moved out the way again. Move this out the way, move this out the way, move this, the power steering reservoir. It's kind of so dark. Let me get my light. Power steering reservoir needs to move out the way again. All these harnesses here need to move out the way. So yeah, let me get all that done, and then the fuse box is going to be the most annoying part. I think part of me wants to just get that done right now before I even get to the spark plugs. Because either way, once I pull the spark plugs out, I got to pull the valve covers out. So yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe. Anyways, I'll check back with y'all in a minute. I'll let y'all know what I decide to do. I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this guy out. Move this AC line. God, it's so dark. AC line out of the way. And pull this fuse box off. And I'll check back in with y'all once I have that done. Alright, y'all. I'm back. A little update. So, like I told y'all, intake manifold was out. I did pull out the reservoir fuse box cover. The fuse box is out, as well as the tray and bracket for the fuse box. So this is what it looks like right now. Intake is out. I did remove this. This is for the power steering pump, the reservoir for it. sits on this bracket with a couple of bolts. Remove the bolts, undid the actual tube, moved it to the side. The reservoir sits right here. This is AC, the high pressure side. Here's that mount that's completely busted. So I do need to get that. So fuse box sits here. You have to pull the fuse box out to even get to this. Now I'm gonna have to already remove the clamp. Need to pull this hose off. We'll remove this bracket here that holds this guy in place so that I can get the valve cover off of this side. Very annoying. A lot of BS just to get. I really don't even want to get to that back valve cover, but it's not bad. It's just there's a lot of bolts. A lot of freaking bolts, and I realized part of my leak is probably because I'm missing a valve cover bolt. Who knows where that guy is? And as you can see, it's all wet right here. You see the oil in there. Like, because you can see this side of the engine. Bolts are clean. Valve cover's clean. I'm pretty sure it's the same on this side. Super sludgy. Straight oil. The oil soaked. And I know it wasn't like this when I pulled it off. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm missing a bolt or where it went. But actually, I know where that bolt. I think I know where that bolt is, but hold on. I'm seeing lightning in the distance. There must be a storm coming. I'm gonna go real quick. Go look over in this area because I remember. Now, I remember when I first put everything back together, it wouldn't start because there wasn't getting any fuel. And that was because I didn't reattach the fuel line. But there was a bolt in its place where that fuel line goes, and I was like, oh, what the heck? I thought there was something else that goes there, whatever. And I took the bolt out, and I replaced it with the actual fuel line. And I don't know if I dropped that bolt over here. Turn on my actual headlight. Or if maybe it might be on the hood of the car. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, I don't see it over here, so. It's okay. What I might do tomorrow, after I finish all this work, I might just go to the hardware store tomorrow and see if I can find that bolt. Jeez, dude, got lightning. There's barely any clouds in the sky, and there's like heck of lightning. It's crazy. Wild, but yeah. So first things first, oil's already drained. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this torque mount out, get that replaced, and start pulling the valve cover. Get the valve cover out, spark plugs out, do the valve cover gasket, spark plugs, put it all back together, and yeah, and then finish the oil change, and bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so I've got this mount out. As you can see, it's completely wrecked. So you're moving that. Oh, good heavens. Don't want to lose that bolt. So I've got that out the way. Now I'm doing the spark plugs, moving the coils. So these guys, I like to put them somewhere where I can keep them oriented the same way they came out. It's another reason why I'm doing these, because all these seals are just bad. As you can see, there's like oil getting under the bolt. Some of these have oil on the boot, I'm pretty sure. They all probably do. Ow, I just hit my elbow. Make sure those. Okay. Whew. And this last one. Alright, so those are all the 6 coil packs. You know, so far they all still work. Not getting any type of misfire codes or anything like that, so I'm sure that the coils are fine. You can probably see a little bit of oil down in there too. So these, the valve cover gasket is definitely needing to be replaced. I don't know if y'all can see. I can't really see what I'm pointing at, but hopefully y'all can see if there was any oil or anything like that in there. But right about now, I'm going to replace the spark plugs. And then when I replace them, then I'm going to pull the valve cover, because I actually have access to all the bolts now. All the bolts for the valve covers. do those gaskets. And you know what gasket I still did not order? It's this freaking intake manifold gasket. But you know what? The intake manifold itself is easy to pull out, so I really don't mind replacing that at a later date. That's not a big deal for me. The intake manifold took a few moments to pull out, literally. It's just a couple connections, 6 bolts. Pull it off. It's not bad. The valve cover is what was kind of hard, so I really wanted to get the torque mount done at the same time, because you basically have to remove all the same stuff to get to this side of the motor, because just this bracket alone that's blocking this bolt, you have to pull out all this stuff right here just to get to this bracket. That, you know, maybe you don't. That's the only way that I could feasibly see it done. So, but yeah, I'm going to now pull out all these bolts. It's 10 mils, see if I can locate the missing one and go from there. What's crazy is it kind of looks like a bolt like that. Like, it kind of looks like a missing spot like that. Maybe that is. Maybe that's just something else. You know? Just might be tripping. Just might be a bit tripping. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out in a minute here. But I'll check back with y'all on that. Alright, so here's an old AC Delco plug. Pulled out of it. A little corroded. Not terrible. It's a new plug. We're going back in with AC Delco, of course. So, took all the plugs out. About to reinsert the new boys. So we will remove this from the gun. Going back in. Alright, I will tighten those with an actual socket. So I have got 6 more of those to do. Here's another one for you. Another one for you, bud. Uh-oh. Yeah, one thing about this motor is that there's no good places to like set your parts down, or set your tools down at. Oh god, I'm so glad I dropped that in the part spot. Man. No, I don't have a gap tool right now, but they look good to me. Number 2 going in. Start it by hand. I will tighten that. Y'all get the gist. I don't have to show you 6 more times, but yeah, I'm gonna put the new spark plugs in. I'm doing that to cover up the spark plug holes so that nothing goes in there while I'm removing the head or the valve covers, just so no debris or anything falls in there. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to pull it out with the spark plug in if anything falls in there, it's easier to get out the spark plug in than trying to fish something out of the actual, you know, combustion chamber, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me finish putting the rest of the spark plugs in, and then I'll pull these valve covers off, do those seals, and it all goes back together, and then I'll finish the oil change, and bada bing, bada boom. Alright, y'all, check-in time. I pulled both valve covers off already. As you can see, the one in the back is off. I just replaced all the valve cover gasket and all the little bolt gaskets. You can kind of see they're red now. Just replaced all that for that first bank. Technically, this is the second bank, but I'm about to do the first bank right now. This one's a little more crusty on this backside. I just sprayed it down with you know, some carb cleaner. Trying to, ow, my knees. Oh, this one's empty. This one's done. Donezo. Probably gonna hit it one more time, and then put the new gaskets on. I still gotta take all these bolts, take all the little blue or black gaskets off of there, replace them with the red guys. Then I can start putting it back together. This shouldn't take me too long to put back together. Other than that, finish the oil change, put the bolt back in, remove the oil filter, do all that good stuff. Whew. Another late night, guys. Another late night. It's always something to do. Hopefully that'll finish up the actual mechanical work for this car, and I can just get the body work finished and be done with it. Yeah, I just want to be done with it for real. So put this thing back together, then I can start looking at getting rid of that one and that one back there, the Nissan. I want to get rid of both of these. The GTO is of course staying. That's not going anywhere. Alright, y'all. Valve covers are back in, everything's tightened down. I torqued down the spark plugs. Yes, everything's a little wet because as I finished this, a little bit of rain came down. It's kind of stupid, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, got these all down. Just finished putting in the new torque mount. I'm about to put in the radiator hose, and I'm putting the fuse box. After I do the fuse box, I'll put this stuff back together and then fill it up with oil. I mean, I've got spark plugs in, valve cover gaskets in, torque mount in. Yeah, not too shabby. I just gotta put the rest of this junk back in place. Shouldn't be too bad though. Alright, boys, we are in the Traverse. She does have a check engine light on because when I first started to start it, I didn't have the mass airflow sensor plugged in. So hopefully that'll clear itself. And the tires are a little flat. They're all pretty old. So that's why she's moving a little bit slow. Yeah, let's give it a little. Give her a little drive. Still need to adjust the toe on the back wheel, the back driver's side. That was when I replaced the control arm, and I just never did like the toe on it. So, but man, she sounds good. She sounds really good, and I think she just needs to be driven to kind of, you know, work its little kinks out and stuff. So far, man, so good. Temperatures are good. Battery voltage is good. And then that squeaking sound is probably literally that piece I just bought, the torque mount. Seems like all the suspension pieces when you replace them or gaskets or whatever. Not gaskets, but like mounts, rubber mounts, things like that. Bushings always make a ton of noise when, or a bunch of squeaking. This is that tow company that be out here just trying to tow people. It's so crazy. Literally tomorrow, taking my cars, I'm parking them at my little storage spot. So I don't have to deal with that, because that's crazy. He's literally about to tow somebody probably right now. That's what's messed up. Hella messed up. Eventually, that's all he's really looking at right now is the visitor spots too. Sucks. That sucks for real. Yeah, get back in your truck. Go bother somebody else. They literally checking every vehicle for the stickers. It's crazy. Crazy work. That really does like suck that they're doing that for real. There's no visitor parking over here. And the old girl, the Traverse is running real good for real. Real good. Standing there ready to hit the streets. It's comfortable too. I think we're all out of visitor parking for real. There's like one spot. I'm definitely gonna put this car in the visitor spot for real. Sorry guys, I'm trying to record and steer. Yeah, she's not driving too bad, y'all. This car is... Can't wait to get it finished, because this will definitely be the backup spare vehicle. Or it'll get sold. Either or, you know. But, see if I can find the lights. That's gonna be it for this one. We did basically a tune-up, spark plugs, valve cover gaskets, that torque mount, oil change, filter, all that. And she is yeah man, she's running pretty good. Battery might be a little weak. I know it's a little flickering. I guarantee you, if I try to turn it off, it probably won't start again. Yep, battery is toasted, so I'm gonna have to get a new battery or take that one to get charged. Yeah, I wish I could. I need to get this off. Is this on the inside? I don't even know. Hopefully they don't mess with it. Sounds like they're over there towing somebody else. Uh-oh. Where am I leaking? It's like coolant. I may have overfilled the reservoir. No biggie. No biggie. That's gonna be it for this one, y'all. I'm tired as hell. I'll just see if I can find a spot for my GTO, because I do not need them towing my GTO or I'll stay out here all night until the morning. But anyways, stay safe, y'all. See you on the next one. In the Traverse, pulling up to go get us a little Jack in the Box. Back this motherfucker in, bro, right quick.